Yeah, Weege show here. Look, there's been a press conference, there's been podiums, there's been pre and post race shows, but only we get the exclusive walking the hallways with your 450 Supercross winner and star of show 1 of the Racer X preview shows. So you worked all season to get back into show 1. We got you in.
Hey, we were in show 1, but it really wasn't show 1.
We talked a lot about show 2.
That was very political. That was very political move by Weege, but
every move I'm making at this point is to try to avoid the splatter of those shows. So yes, the show 2 guys we talked more about in show 1 than
I think you talked more. Yeah, you talked more about them in the show 1.
Yeah, we talked more about the Lawrences in show 1 than they weren't supposed to even be in it. But the hope was, this is going to be a different guy you this year. I feel like it happened.
Yeah.
This is better.
I've been pretty quiet about.
You got a bunch of KTM scooters there, and that's not. None of those are yours.
Yeah, one of them's mine. You can take that. I'll just take them back.
You're gonna walk for this.
Okay. Yeah, I'll walk for you, Weege.
You're doing this.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're gonna be show 1 for life.
Thank you. No, I was pretty quiet about how I felt as far as like my riding and stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm not the guy that's gonna come in and say, "Hey, I'm gonna win every race." Like.
Yeah.
I maybe could think that, but I'm not going to say it out loud. Just because that's not, thank you, that's not how I am. And my
but you were feeling
was different.
Good.
So,
yes, okay.
I definitely felt a difference this year mentally than I have in the past. And a lot
not even last year, even any year.
Any year, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm 25 now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm getting a little older. But
debatable.
Just overall, I felt comfortable. I got my speed somewhat back. We're close. I think I can get better still. So I didn't qualify first today, which was a bummer. But yeah, I'm back to feeling good on the bike, having a lot of fun, which is a big key. But overall, I just feel like I have a really good flow and trying to get run over.
Yeah, I know. Wow. Couple things here. You can repeat what you said in the press conference. You were really detailed about what the problem was with starts last year and why you think you're going to be better this year, and it was tonight at least.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think I pulled any hole shots. Well, unless I got lucky and guessed the gate.
Oh yeah, round 2 was great, but that was not.
You can't really repeat.
No, that's not replicatable.
So tonight was good. I started next to arguably one of the best starters in the business, Prado. Jorge.
Yep.
He got me a little bit. Okay. I'll give him that, but he is one of the best starters.
He is.
So, yeah, I was close. So, gonna be working on reaction time a little bit, but as far as like my drive and stuff like that, we're way better this year.
You said the ergonomics of the bike was even part of the starts?
Yeah. To me, the neck on the KTM is taller than the Honda. Okay. So my hands always felt taller. Yeah. And this was a little bit uncomfortable from even the first day I got on the bike. Yeah. We're getting that better now, but and the motor was a big change as well. So
I would imagine that ergonomics, that's helping not just starts. You just feel better every way. Yeah. But that seems like a pretty obvious thing. Why did it take 15 months? Or did you need to try a whole bunch of solutions?
Well, I didn't know if it was worse or better is the thing. I just knew it was different.
I see.
So like you don't really know like, oh, is this worse or is this better? So I figured out it was worse, obviously, because I wasn't getting good starts. But I knew it was time to make a change, but we didn't have a whole off season to make. Like by the time we knew we were in trouble, that it was already there. So, yeah, we have improvements still to make, but tonight was a good start.
You weren't fast qualifier, but dude, that was a throwdown session between Eli and Jet. I know you didn't get it, but you had to still leave the track feeling like, nah, I'm pretty good.
No, I knew I was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I did my fast lap and went to the top of the board with like 27 seconds left. I'm like, it's too much time left.
Oh, really?
Too much time. I didn't expect Eli to get me. I knew. Jet's pretty strategic on where he does his laps. Yeah. And I knew he was going to wait till the end. So I was worried about him more than Eli, but Eli ended up getting us both. So
yeah, you're in the hunt. Yeah, so even though you technically won round 2 last year, it was not like this.
Thank you.
There you go. It was not like this. That was a mud race. You timed the gate perfectly. You're in a completely different spot than you were when you had the red plate last year after the second race.
Yeah. Oh, we won a dry race.
Yeah, that's
you won a dry race.
You run a dry race for starters. But Does it change that much right now? I mean, it's just some confirmation.
Just confirmation that the work that we did this season was the right direction and not the wrong direction. So
yeah, but there's still stuff you're gonna work on.
Of course, I can do better. That wasn't a perfect race by any means, so
really?
I have more speed in me.
Okay, that's good. All right, thanks for walking when you didn't even have to do that. He could have scootered it.
Good job today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, because
I didn't hear any of it, but
no. Well, I
didn't know you always.
I advise all you guys to not hear any of the videos. Don't watch or listen to any of them. That would be my advice. Thank you. So that is Chase Sexton, the winner here. Weege Show brought to you by, you know it, Race Tech and their fabulous gold valves, plusher, better bottoming resistance, more traction, made and engineered in the USA. And there are seminars that they have, I think later in the year they'll have them out here in Southern California. Race Tech does a lot of engine work for other engine teams and brands that you don't even know about. They sign NDAs to make that happen. You know, Weege Show, when we started yesterday, it's been a blur this weekend. Give me in the shot, it's cool. One of the big stories we covered was so many people have been asking me over and over. I mentioned this in the previous show, you know, what is the financial status of KTM? Are they gonna make it through the whole season? We now have confirmation that KTM North America and the race department is totally separate from everything that you're hearing about the restructuring of the group over in Europe. They've confirmed they're here. Now I think they've confirmed they're not just showing up. They're not just paying the gas bill to get these trucks to the races, but they are real players, because second in the 250 main event was Julien Beaumer. So this is a huge sign that it's one of the best starts ever to the year for Red Bull KTM after an off season where everyone was talking about so much negativity and fears of the worst over here. So that is really cool for them. And I would like to find, Rider D's probably gone. A couple other kind of under the radar rides. Even Rider D, he just got bumped off the podium at the end by Jordan Smith, but I feel like Rider D Francesco, that was by far the best Supercross ride we've ever seen him put in. So that was a nice sign right there. So on the other side of the coin, you hear an entire season, right, of hearing Chase being brutally honest, which he's great at doing, and we thank him for that, about the bike not being where he wanted it. And now I got the Lawrences. You know, most of the offseason we heard about them, that the bike was not great, and they were having some struggles adapting the 2025 to Supercross. I believe it is like a perfect storm of, it is a new chassis. I believe there's some new suspension components as well, new ECU system, and a new fuel sponsor. I don't know if any one of those things alone would be insurmountable, but all four combined, and a fifth factor with the Lawrences racing so much off-season stuff and then trying to build some brakes in, there was a lot of expectation that they were going to be not perfect at round one. Maybe they could ride well enough to overcome it, or maybe other people would also be not perfect and you wouldn't see it, but we did see it. They didn't have the starts. Yes, Jet was battling Chase at times with Eli Tomac as well for fast qualifier, but it wasn't the same virtuoso Jet Lawrence style performance really throughout the day. Then a bad heat race, then a bad gate pick on a start, which the gate pick is probably more critical on this gate than almost anyone I've ever seen in Supercross. I mean, there were some completely no chance you're gonna get a good start gates. And not just the extreme inside and outside, a whole bunch with a split start. So the gate pick really did him in. I did see Jet line up, what the angle he actually had was decent, and I'm like, man, is there a chance he's gonna turn like the 10th gate pick into a darn hole shot? And he had a good jump and it looked good, but he ended up in the tough blocks. Jason Anderson over here said I basically hit everybody, just chaos on that start. And lo and behold, you end up with Jet down to the ground, then he crashes again. His bike looked really bad in the whoops, and then that, I think, led to a crash in the sand. So you add all that up, and the fears that they're not dialed with the bike were confirmed. If you're a fan right now, though, this is like, I'm gonna go over to Yamaha right now. There's a lot of buzz over here at Cali. Maybe we'll see some riders in a second. If you're a fan right now, though, this is the scenario you want. We all know how good Jet Lawrence is. He won the title last year. We all know this. That's established, right? He's got to dig himself out of a hole. He's got some adversity. Points hole. Bike's not perfect. You're going to watch him try to do this on the fly. It's almost like a handicap in golf. I know nothing about golf, but I guess that's how a handicap works, right? He's working, he's got to overcome some obstacles that Sexton and Tomac do not have, because Tomac is dialed. I don't know what happens. If Tomac does not go down while leading that race in the first lap, Tomac v Sexton for the win would have been epic. Eli, I think, had every bit of what Chase had. So that was awesome as well. Him getting back to 5th, it's a bummer. It's a huge what if. I was actually pulling my phone out of my pocket. I wanted to record Tomac in the lead because the crowd was going so nuts. What's up, boys? Weege show, guys. Woo! You're about to be. Yeah. I was pulling out my phone because I was like, I want to save this forever. I want the crowd, people to hear what it really felt like being in that stadium, not just with the TV mics, but just with my phone in the stadium with Tomac in the lead, and then he was gone. He got run over, like straight run over by Sexton. Anyway, it's okay. I don't think the 5th place, the difference in points, if he had been on the podium or 5th, or if he had won in 5th, that's not a huge difference in points, so I think that's okay. He rode awesome. Oh yeah. Never give up, Hunt. Still not done. Still ready. Yeah. Interviews, content.
I'm ready.
Duff man.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate. We're gonna keep this series a little interesting now.
Yeah.
Hayden goes down with about 5 guys. I honestly, I've seen the replay 5 times and I still don't know what happened.
All
Do
I know
you?
is he didn't get the best jump off the gate.
Yeah.
And that set him up for.
Okay, that's what they always say.
Yep.
I mean, I think he hit the back of Ryder D, but I don't know what
That's
led
what it
to even.
looked like,
Yes, but there was dudes crashing behind him.
Even as Hayden said though, it's no one's fault when you have a bad start and you're in the middle of the pack. That kind of stuff.
You're along for the ride.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a good charge, which you'd expect him to put in.
Yeah.
But now, a little adversity.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that he got all the way up there because I feel like the West Coast field isn't really as deep as it could be.
Yeah.
So it'd be hard to make up points. So that.
Oh, you're right. You could be looking at Juju and Shimoda on the podium every week.
Yeah.
And even if you win 5 in a row.
Yep.
Yeah, good point.
He's in a good spot right now. But I remember I put P18 on the pit board.
Yeah.
And he got fit. So that's pretty good.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And Eli did the exact same thing in the 450s.
Yeah.
Kind of wild. How was the atmosphere over here?
Really, really good.
I would think Deegs racing A1.
Yeah.
It had to be nuts.
Yeah, it was really cool today.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It was fun. So West Coast is pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah. It's good to have a California guy back in the mix.
And we're staying out here.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, not going back to Florida. Hayden's staying in California. I'm staying out here. So.
Is there still a Yamaha track out here?
Yeah, we have 2 tracks at Yamaha. So
oh!
yeah, we're gonna go around
Look at this.
with 450 guys and have some good training.
When was the last time, Duff, you were a California guy?
Probably 2020 with JB at Factory Honda.
Oh, stayed out here that long?
Oh, yeah, we stayed out here in 22 when Christian Craig raced West Coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was truly a Cali guy back then.
Yeah, you've had your days. You, Jensen, the team manager, can you talk about the number 100? Cole Davies looked awesome, man. He can ride.
Yeah, and I'm super proud of him, to be honest. Like, I told Bobby last week, he said, how do you think he'll finish? And I said, I think he's got with a start, he's got a top 5 in him for sure.
Yeah.
And obviously to go from as far back as Hayden was at one point.
Yeah, he fell too, didn't he?
Yeah, him and Mosman, they kind of dodged a rider that was going sideways in the middle of a rhythm and got together and both crashed. But yeah, he kind of stayed with Hayden for quite some time, like going through the pack, and to end up 8th rookie race.
Yeah.
The nerves and all the things that could have happened. What's crazy is the kid was calm all day. Like never.
Really? Not the nerves?
None. Like rode like he was belonged, you know? So yeah, anxious to see how the season goes for him. He's got top 5 podium potential for sure. So yeah, excited. Yeah, super proud of him.
Is that why he's racing not futures? Did you just decide like he's good enough for this?
Oh, we knew, I'd say a week into Supercross training this year, we were like, Brad looked at me and we were like, we might as well not even plan on racing futures with this kid because he's the real deal. So yeah, super proud of him. He rode really good.
Quite a pickup.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild when you think about Juju, same thing, where these dudes were a year or 2 ago, and how good they are now.
Right.
It's kind of shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, Hayden, to be honest.
2023, we were in futures in Anaheim too.
With Juju.
Yeah.
It was also like, it's crazy to think that that's where these guys are already.
Yep. No, it's good. The program's working for sure.
Awesome. All right.
Have a good night.
California guys.
Yep. Thank you.
Briefly. Yep. So that's West Coast Deeks. Okay. How about this? Joe Shimoda, the Shimoda realist, all the Shimoda doubters. The book on Shimoda is Shimoda cannot start a season. He cannot start a season. He starts behind. When he falls behind in points, and there is a steady pressure, suddenly Joe rides well. It's also getting really windy. So I'm going to wait for this wind to die down and then tell the story again, because I don't know what is going on right now, but this audio must be atrocious. Okay, the wind has died down. The wind has died down. Joe Shimoda, he's become a round 1 guy. And gonna be a little confidence there for him. He's working with Eric Sorby, I heard. So gains made there. And Dunge, what's up? And then second place goes to Juju. And he was flying at the test track. We talked about this on the pre-race show, and now it's been confirmed.
Good seeing you. You too, Martin. See ya.
So some folks at home might listen to the Re-Raceables podcast and hear the voice of this very good-looking man.
A lot of legends here today.
A lot of legends here tonight.
Legends.
Oh, dude, I saw Wardy. I hung out with Wardy and RJ.
There were some legit legends.
They were real legends.
We needed Gavin Faith in there to top it off.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, there's some Seth's legend ranking. You actually literally use the term legends to mean 2 different...
There's 2 different things. There's real legends, yes. And then there's legends that are like myths, basically.
Yeah, they're like infamous legends.
Like some people watch this remember Justin Summers, amateur. Do you remember
him? Is he a legend? I do remember the name.
Legend.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
He's a legend.
Just disappeared into the ether.
Oh, so that makes him a legend.
Well, like they're good at one time, whether it's 60s, 80s, pro, doesn't matter, and then they're gone. Even like fast local guys can be legends. From New York, Carlo Cohen, legend.
Legend.
Kurt McMillan.
Legend. Oh, yes. No, but those are true legends.
They really are.
Sean Rife.
Legend.
Legend.
Absolute legend.
Dude,
700.
him and Coop. Was he Coop's age? Or was he Barsha's age? No, he was Barsha Tomac.
Barsha Tomac.
The Barsha Tomac Anderson group.
On 60s, Rife would
He
crush
battled them.
Oh, no, he would beat him,
Yes.
dude. Yeah.
So that makes, he's a legend.
Rife's a legend.
Spider-Man, Sean Rife. Yes, yeah. The dudes that are still like the guys right now, he was them. He was right in with the Mookie age.
His dad's also legend. The Air Force One's always in the basketball sports.
See, this is why we love Seth. No one has info like this.
Yeah.
Seth, I know you're not like an official spokesman for the team, but you got shouted out, I believe, in the press conference.
Did I?
Somewhere, one of the guys said, yeah, we're in Florida, we got Seth helping out, everything's so professional and organized. Maybe it was AP, I don't know, somebody mentioned you, man.
I don't know, I didn't watch the press stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't watch your moment to shine, I'm sorry.
That's not your thing.
No.
You're doing a podcast with us, but it's not even...
I enjoy the pods.
Yes, but you're not looking to be a media high-profile guy. You just like bench racing on old races.
Yeah, I like bench racing. I like the media side of it. I don't like the clout chasers. There's a lot of clout chasers in the industry.
Oh, okay. That's not what you're trying to do.
People who post on Instagram like they're MGK or something.
Okay.
I hate that.
That's not what you're trying to do.
No.
You just want to talk about old races.
Yeah, but I like the media side. I don't know who that was.
Some clout chasing going on right now.
Yeah, probably so.
Probably
so. Yeah.
Good night for KTM, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it's good.
First and second. Yeah, that was good.
Yes.
Juju has been flying at the test track. He did it.
Translated.
Yes.
It translated.
Was that the worry? Like, can it? Because you knew he could ride.
No, I think the only worry I think was him just not being in the situation yet.
Yeah.
And actually just focusing on himself and not getting caught up in the moment.
Yes.
It wasn't so much like, will it translate? I knew eventually it would.
Yeah.
It was just him grasping it, if that makes sense.
Do you think now, because there were times he was running Shimoda down.
I honestly, I think he should have won.
Okay, but now that he's gotten this, he got a podium. Next time, this type of race, he wins.
I hope. I told Frankie, or maybe it was Frankie or Carlos, after race, I said, I feel like if this same situation 1 week from now, he wins.
Now he knows how to bring it home.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I believe anyway.
It's just experience they didn't have yet.
Yeah, I think so. It was a good start.
Seth, legend.
See, no, you're a legend.
Oh, all right.
We will talk about you as a legend.
Maybe. I'm walking around in the pits at like 2 in the morning with a GoPro. It's not very legendary. Oh, really? Thank you. Hey.
It's this fucking guy.
Steve's show.
The Weege show.
I was just talking to Rarick over there.
Oh.
Yeah, we're talking about legends, defining different legends. Yeah, defining it.
Well, I was walking to practice.
Yeah.
And Jeff Stanton, Jeff Ward.
Unbelievable, I know.
Ricky Johnson were there.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, I'm not making practice.
We're not watching practice.
I'm not watching practice because what are these guys talking about? And it was awesome.
I am actually I actually shot a video. I interviewed RJ. I was so stoked to see RJ and Wardy together.
Yeah.
That I'm like, can I please do an interview with you guys right now? So I'm gonna end the Weege show with that video. Sorry about the audio, the darn freestyle show is going off.
Okay, so then I was, immediately they said, I said, can I get a photo?
Yeah.
And they said, hey, send it to Weigandt.
Yes.
He's just here.
Yes.
And I go, okay. And then they were laughing because they said, he was talking shit about no champions being here. So I was confused.
The point I had made was,
they were laughing at you. So
yeah. Oh, you like that?
Yeah.
My point was that I did a video on my own YouTube channel this morning that the crowd is always nuts in Anaheim.
Thanks, man. Thank
it's
you.
always full. Congrats. The crowd is always stoked at Anaheim. There's always so much hype, but the riders cycle in and out. So they loved RJ and Wardy back in the day, or they loved Sten, or Bradshaw, or MC. Now it's about Jet Lawrence and Chase Sexton and all that.
Right.
And I'm like, so those guys can come and go, whether they're here or not. This part remains the same. I'm like, I don't even know if Jeff Stanton's even going to be here. It doesn't matter. We've moved on to the next guys.
Oh, so you said that to them?
I just said, I don't need, it's weird how the riders cycle in and out, but the crowd doesn't care. We'll move on to the next guys.
Well, they missed that point.
Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah. But
I
it was
get your point.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, you
Like,
and I have talked about this.
Yeah.
We saw
Chad Reed's not here. He's not racing. RC's not racing. Stu's not racing.
Yeah.
The crowd's
Timmy
still.
Ferry.
Timmy Ferry's not racing. Yeah. It's not like the crowd was like, oh, this shit sucks. There's no RC tonight.
Yeah.
Now Eli Tomac's their guy.
Right.
And then 20 years from now, Eli will be walking
You
these
may
pits.
want to call Wardy and RJ, sort of break this down.
No, they were in a very good mood. They were good.
Okay.
And I want to send to that interview, and that's going to wrap up the Weege show. Steve's show could be coming.
The
Swede show could be coming next week.
Show.
Could be coming next week. I did a video this morning talking about Wardy and RJ, and then I find it. So the Del Taco story, that is real.
Yeah, it's right over there. We were talking about last night.
Yes.
I got pulled off the gate for the qualifier.
Yeah.
And then I left. And then I could hear the crowd cheering. So
Because
I knew it was a good race, but I wasn't in.
Yeah. And then you have the best race of all time. That's what he's listening to.
Well, I had the second best race of all time.
Bailey had the
Because
best.
Bailey had the best race of all time.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it was good to be part of it.
Yes. You know what? I'll give you a nod. I actually think Atlanta 90 is the best race of all time.
That was a good
He got
race.
you in that one. You did your job. You fought as hard as you could.
But he won.
Yes.
That was a classic case of the young bull versus the old bull. Those guys were going back and forth.
Oh,
The
yep.
Wardy were going, then all of a sudden he's like, all right, turbo boost. Wow, got in front
Oh yeah.
and won.
Did the line in the whoops.
I had a
the
big
line in
gap.
the whoops. What I was talking about was how, it had more seats back then. It had 70,000. But this is what doesn't change. Anaheim is always the big one.
Yeah, we were talking
Yeah,
about it. It was
exactly.
exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool bringing your new car to the track.
Right.
You know, the whole thing.
Yes.
Everybody had something going on. And yeah, they went. It's never, even if it's somewhere else, it's never like, I know they
No,
tried Orlando,
other
it's not
openers.
like A1 for some reason.
No.
Here's an interesting fact. Every bike in the paddock is leading points.
Okay.
That's right, yeah.
So everybody feels,
Everybody has a chance.
Everybody
Yes.
has a chance. And then you leave here, you want to be still in that chance.
Yeah,
If
that's
you
the hard
don't,
part. Yeah.
It's a long year.
Yeah.
It's a long year.
Yeah, don't not make the main with a
Don't
broken
make
throttle
the main
cable.
And then be 25 points
Yeah.
behind this.
But how'd the next year work out for you?
I was sleeping
He was
in
sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. So it can go a bunch of ways.
Thumbs up.
And I was
So-
thumbs down. Actually, I was sleeping.
So why are you guys together? Tell me what's going on.
So I wanted to bring something, and I talked to the guys at Feld. I said, I
Yeah.
want to show people the backstage pass.
Yeah.
So, but also I want to get them riding motorcycles, adventure bikes, dual sport. You get on a motorcycle.
Yes.
It's good for your body and soul. Wardy and I talk about it.
Yeah.
We did the Big Bear Rally together. He was on a 130. I was on Africa Twin. Look, who's that fat guy and his kid that goes so fast? It was the two of us. But no, so I said I'm going to make it to where it's small enough. I talked to Feld.
Yep.
I was able to get track walk, and I bought seats, so we reserved seats.
Yep.
And then walk around the pits and say hello to Roger, say hello to Weege,
Yep.
say hello to everybody.
Hang out with you guys.
Well, what's cool is that when we walk by ourselves,
Yeah.
we hear behind them, hey, was that Jeff Ward? Hey, was that Rick Johnson? But now they're like, there's no effing way that there's two guys that look that much alike.
So now it's a gimme. It's a gimme. We're right.
It has to be them.
There's no guessing.
Yeah.
So Wardy and I, obviously we hated each other, but we really didn't hate each other.
Yeah.
We had massive respect for each other, but now he's like my brother, and he made me who I am, and vice versa. So it's funny, we're always checking on each other. If it's surgeries, if it's whatever it is, we're
Old
always...
age is making sure we're still around for a long time.
Put some miles on the odometer. You guys have put some miles on the odometer.
Exactly.
But even when you battled, it never got to that level, right?
I mean, I took him out once.
We didn't have to. We had Chicken and Damon. And
Oh, yeah.
We had good entertainment going on. And
That's right.
so we just went racing, and that's what we were
Yeah.
racing.
We raced really hard.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I always knew. When you get a racer that has respect for each other,
Yeah.
it's like position is everything.
Yep.
And he never like went into a corner blindly if I was, because he could hear me.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, I'll give you that, but I'm going to nail you in the next turn.
Yes.
So that's the thing that I see different is guys like they get taken out, but like you didn't hear him.
Yeah.
I don't think, I mean, our whole career, maybe that, like you said, Pontiac, but that was more like I came in, I had to go left, and we hit, but there was never one time in our career that I ever thought that fucker just tried to take me out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Sorry about the language, but
Yeah.
that's what he was.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
I accept that.
That's right. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so that's kind of, but then you had other guys you had to watch out for that
Yes.
you would have to do it to, or you would have get it done to you, and that's just how racing was. But we
And
went
then,
that way.
and then now post racing, I feel like now you got this kinship because only you and you lived what you lived. Like you had this shared experience that no one else
We have
shared
it a
with
lot,
you.
like you said, Stan, we have it with a lot of guys.
Yes.
And even after we're done racing, you know, Ricky went off-road truck racing, I was Indy cars, and I was always pumped to watch. I wanted him to do good.
Yeah.
Because like I'm part of that.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure, like he said with the Indy, the people are like that's a motocrosser.
Like
You
I
know.
was
Yes.
watching that, and I was in my living room, just going, "Go!
Come on,
go,
yeah.
Don't stop for gas! Don't stop for gas!" You know? And then when you won in Texas, and just because I've driven some cars, so I don't know the level, but I can appreciate the level that he was at the very best. I mean, think about that. A lot of these guys are the best here.
Yeah.
He went from there to IndyCar.
Yes. Yeah. And into like a heyday of IndyCar.
Yeah. So
Heyday of IndyCar.
So,
Yes.
It was, I adapted really well. It just shows what motocross, what these guys do out here, talent-wise.
Yeah.
It's so hard compared to getting into a car. It's learning what the car does. We're here, and you just can't learn it. It's like born into you, and you have to run it from a kid up. It's really a tough sport.
So once you have this down,
you have this down, you can do anything.
Everything else is easy.
You can do anything.
Everything's easy.
Except for me playing basketball is about it.
There was a brief time, the Mickey Thompson series.
Yeah.
There you guys were banging
I
doors again.
I ran with Walker Evans at Dodge. And
Actually, he beat me in Denver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. He beat me there.
But that was
Salt Lake.
complete coincidence?
Yeah, Denver I went to.
That was a coincidence. It wasn't like you had your Chevy deal. You didn't say like, hey, you got to get in on this.
No, I was racing Indy Lights, Indy car.
Yeah.
I only had enough money for a couple races, and I was
Yeah.
sitting around, and Walker Evans called me and goes, hey, do you want to drive my backup truck up in Washington or something like that?
Yeah.
So then I did like 5 of them.
That had to be cool for you guys to be back on the track together.
Yeah.
Though. That had to be
If you
cool.
honest, it pissed me off because I was a steady in the thing, and he came back and he beat me in that
Oh.
race. Son of a bitch.
Then we did the Robbie Gordon
Yeah.
racing a little bit in the truck.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Collective experience that
We did a little
few
bit
people
when
have.
I came in and I did one race, the X Games in rally cars.
Right, yeah.
GRC.
Yeah.
There we go.
Didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
You guys did pretty good adapting.
Thanks.
Anyway, there was a time when the building was cheering for you.
Yeah.
And you
We were
you
just
have
talking
that.
about it.
Yes. That building was
Same
sold
feeling
out.
walking in right now, you still get the same. We're getting butterfly. You just feel it. No,
That is rad.
How many years ago was that? 20?
30.
30?
30 something.
Yeah, I'm,
You're
really-
30
I am
some.
really old.
Yes.
But you
yes.
still can picture it.
Yes.
It's really weird.
So if people want to hang out with you guys for A2,
Go to it's already sold out.
no way.
Go to
No way.
But go to RickyJohnson.com and
Okay.
because Wardy's going to be there, and as I said, we're
We
going
have
to be
to do
doing it
more.
at Blackmore
Yeah.
Ranch, and so we have so much to talk about that it's not going to be done in one weekend.
Yes. Oh, well, I mean, I could do this video for 4 more hours, but you probably have places to go.
No worries.
Legends. There it is.
Appreciate
They're
it.
here. Partly built on you guys here.